All right, welcome everybody to Apartment Building Tycoon. We're going to be getting started really soon. We still have people coming in and just going to give a couple of minutes before we get started. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have, a lot of you have already submitted your questions before, but if you do have questions and if you see the chat box pop up there, just go ahead on and put your questions in, and once we get started, we'll have a Q&A session also. All right. So I still see people coming in. Looks like we're getting close to capacity, and I'm just going to go ahead right now because it wouldn't be fair to those who were right here on time to just wait for everybody to come in. Got a great presentation for you tonight, guys. If you've ever wanted to get into real estate investing, most of us will get in as a small single family investor, and we'll wholesale and we'll do lease options and we'll do subject twos, and we'll put a lot of energy into doing that because that's what we've been taught. That's what we know how to do. But what we're going to learn tonight is you're actually going to find out that it takes the same amount of energy, the exact same amount of energy to get a 50 or 80 or 100,000 or $200,000 or $400,000 check as it does to get the same $1,500 finder's fee, $5,000 finder's fee, wholesale fee as with single family investment. So definitely there's more lucrative business here on the commercial side. And what we're going to be doing is looking at smaller 5 to 50 units. And let's just get right in. Just wanted to burn that last little bit of time there and let you know what's going on. All right. You may literally be one deal away from financial freedom and doing the fire and retire dance. Now, that's what I named it because back on February 17th, 2006, which is a little over 10 years now, 10 and a half years. That's the last time I had a job. I actually was able to do the fire and retire dance. And I also nicknamed it the cha-ching dance also. And if you want to be able to experience that, just follow my lead. If I haven't had a job in over 10 years and haven't had to go back, I'm sure I can show you how to do the same thing and fire your boss as well. All right, so let's just jump straight into this. How to control small apartment buildings without using your money or credit while secretly building your family's empire. Guys, ladies and gents, my promise to you today is that I'll show you how to buy and flip apartment buildings without using your money or credit. That's something that's been out there for a while, and a lot of people don't understand that, but we're really going to break this down today because there's two powerful agreements that we use. One of them is an option agreement, which is probably the most powerful form in real estate investing, yet most of the gurus don't talk about it, but you'll get a chance to understand that a little bit later, and we combine that with a lease as well. So you'll also discover how to become the go-to wholesaler in your town, how to work with serious commercial real estate brokers and get them to co-sign your deal with their clients. That's something that's very powerful. And when I say that, I mean that they will be not representing you, but speaking on your behalf to get your deal to be accepted by the seller because you'll be their best worst case scenario. Build an empire for your family by controlling 5 to 50 unit apartment buildings, so you can fire your boss and live the life of your dreams without money and worries again. Yes, I do see the error on the building. Somebody's getting fired also. Okay, let's keep it moving. Who am I? Well, let me tell you. My name is Cecil Jones. I'm the creator of Apartment Building Tycoon. I've been investing in small apartment buildings, single family, and multifamily houses and land for nearly 15 years. And I've been mentored by a billionaire. Most people never get mentored by a billionaire. Excuse me 1 second. I'm just going to grab some water here because this is going to be very informative and I can feel my mouth getting dry right now. Okay, Mr. Schwab. Mr. Schwab was an angel to me. He came into my life at a time when I first moved to Orlando. He's the former owner of the Orlando Magic as well as the football team, the arena football team, the Orlando Predators. And I was wholesaled. I've wholesaled things in the past. I've been a landlord. I've controlled properties with options, lease options, etc. For the etc. What's the etc.? Well, I've done wholesale deals. I've done lease option deals. I've done land contract deals. I've purchased land. I've flipped apartment buildings. Pretty much anything that you can think of, I've done. I was a co-owner of 24 apartment buildings before the crash of 2008. I lost most of my properties and my suit. You guys, once you get to know me, if you come in, you know I'm a suit guy. I like to wear nice suits. And you can actually see the picture right here over me with one of the suits from one of the products that I've actually created. Well, I lost all of those properties and my suit before I bounced back with tax deeds. Guys, if you don't know, the tax deed game is a very profitable niche also, and it's you can find apartment buildings by the back taxes as well. And we're talking about the smaller ones from 5 to 50 units. I've done almost every investment strategy known to man, successfully and unsuccessfully. Why do I tell you that? Because I'm successful because of my failures. I don't try to run away from those failures, because just the way that I believe now, if I were to bring in somebody and they told me that they've never failed at anything that they've tried, I probably wouldn't hire them or, anything like that, because they wouldn't know what to do when something did. All right. So at this point, I'm currently working on a housing development deal in the state of North Carolina. And I'm on the lookout for great deals around the U.S. I put together syndicates as well. So that's always something that I'm always looking out for. All right. How would your life be different? Well, how would your life be different if you knew that you could control other people's assets? You could control not only apartment buildings, but land, commercial buildings, retail strips, storage facilities, mobile homes for literally pennies on the dollar. Oh yeah, it's true. Does the word option ring a bell to you? The stinking thinking sabotage your success. Now, let's eliminate all the negativity and stinking thinking for a few minutes, since the truth of the matter is that 99% of people will never, ever, ever own an apartment building because of stinking thinking. They believe that they would have to rob a bank, sacrifice their first and third born to own an apartment building, but I'm going to shatter that myth right now. Guys, with anything in life, when you know how to use the most powerful contract in real estate investing with it, which is the option agreement, the same contract that Donald Trump and Mr. Walt Disney used, and we'll get a little bit more into that later. Regardless of your current bank account, beat up credit score, or self-limited belief that you're not smart enough to do this for your family. And at the end of the day, the things that we do, I believe when we seek wealth, financial freedom, prosperity, whatever it is that you call it, I believe that we do it for our family, so that our children can do better than us, so that they can go to better schools, so they can take vacations that we weren't able to take, so that we can create memories for our family and leave a legacy. And that's what this is all about to me. So with just the ability to believe in yourself, and my scripts and my role play and my coaching, that goes a long way also. Guys, you can do this. As long as you got a cell phone, internet connection, a laptop, and a computer, this is something that definitely can be done. You don't even need 4 quarters. Honestly, guys, you can control unlimited small apartment buildings and multifamily houses, triplexes, quads, all that good stuff without even having to find 4 quarters under your couch. And she looks like she's kind of happy there finding the 4 quarters, because at the end of the day, you can get an option for $1. You can get an option for love and consideration. I'm going to show you how to do that regardless of what a real estate agent tells you or what any guru tells you. I'm going to show you how to do it, because this is something that I've actually done. I'm not picking this up off the ground saying, let me try this out. I've actually done this, and I still do it to this day. All right, how to become an apartment building tycoon. All right, as an apartment building tycoon, you don't even need hard money lenders. You just kiss those requirements goodbye. Quiet as kept. You don't need private money lenders in the beginning once you originally secure the deal. See, so many people think that, and they're paying exorbitant amounts of money for these courses that are teaching them how to get hard money, how to get private money, but that's just something that somebody else is selling you. When you understand the purpose of the option, then you don't need that money right now. And then it doesn't have to be your money. I'm going to show you how to put syndications together and have people to pay you for coming together in your deal, where you collect a management fee and some other fees as well. The only time you'll need those private lenders is when your option is about to expire. But don't worry about that right now. We'll show you how to get money like a pro. You'll have investors begging you, begging to pay to get in on those deals that only you know how to find. I tell you, there's something about being the source of a deal. And I have so many different sources to teach you how to find deals that are not just on the MLS or Craigslist or LoopNet or something like that, but there are places that I show you where to get the off-market deal. So we eliminate the real estate agent and go directly to a motivated seller who may need to sell. And that's where we're able to actually show the power and what it is that we know. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. If you don't apply it, it's just information that just goes inside of your toolbox or your closet or whatever the case may be. The truth of the matter is that once I show you how to use these two powerful forms, your previous real estate experience doesn't even matter anymore. This is 100% factual and truthful. And if any of you have been following me for some time, you'll know that my whole mantra is no fluff, no magic beans, no smoke screens. Giving you the real. All right. Now let's keep it moving. I know you have to be excited about the possibilities, just like I was when this was revealed to me. So you're still here. Great. Okay, let's get into this. Are you still with me, right, guys? Okay. Over the next few minutes, allow me to prove to you everything I've been saying. But let me tell you what this is not. Because a lot of times people are looking for the get-rich-quick schemes and who this is not for. I don't want to set any fairy tales, expectations, false expectations, or anything like that in your mind. If you're applying for the Staples commercial, you know, the whole, oh, that was easy. There is no easy button here. I just want you to know, I don't have any fluffery, if that is a word. I think I just made that up. What's fluffery, by the way? All right. No smoke screens or magic beans to sell you. No get-rich-quick schemes. All right, people. No get-rich-quick schemes here. No Monday morning millionaires or any of that crap. If you're not prepared to work your ASS off, boy, bye. Girl, bye. Trust me, if that's your attitude or expectation, this is not your thing. And that's thing with an A-N-G, guys. So you can leave now. All right. Drum roll, please. We're going to let the guys leave that we're looking for the pink unicorns. They're not here. All right. So the big question now, can a serious person who puts in the work to make a fortune and become an apartment building tycoon? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, because this is proven real estate loophole for savvy investors, and it straight up works, guys. These are powerful strategies that can show enough flood your bank account with $15,000 up to $100,000 or more in hard, cold cash in the next 60 to 90 days, but only if you work your buns off. But, and that's a huge but, you must be willing to work to grind it out to get the success that you desire. Does that make sense? Because so many people want the rewards, but they don't want to fill the service bucket. They don't want to fill the due diligence bucket. They don't want to fill the work bucket. Most people just want microwave success, and we know, and you know, that just doesn't exist. Who are these secrets for? Well, these powerful secrets are for the real rainmakers who don't know the meaning of quit. Real movers and shakers and leaders who know what taking massive action is all about. And I mean massive action, not sending out 1 letter or 2 letters a week. I'm talking massive action. This is not for prayer warriors who just pray for miracles, and dream chasers and stealers who seldom don't or won't take action. You guys can beat it now too. Hey, the reason I speak like that, I grew up in a church, and, you know, we had the service 5 days a week. So when I talk about prayer warriors, I'm talking about people who just talk about the life that they want. But when it comes to taking action, they think they don't have to. I mean, they believe someone is going to miraculously is going to just come down and do it for them. You know, the kind of people who refuse to believe they don't know how to attract the life they desire by adding value to the marketplace. Value to the marketplace. God, please don't let that be you. We did our first round of people to get rid of, and hopefully now, if it's you, hopefully the person I just described on the last slide is not you. Is it? If it is, boy, bye. Girl, bye. Hey, I'm just joking, guys. Don't pay me no mind. I like to have fun. Anything I do, we make money. We like to have fun. We won't have fun. We like to have fun. When we're not having a good time, we still like to have fun. That's what it's all about. I am the chief fun officer around this place. I know that's not you, right? Okay, good. Hey, at the end of the day, I believe God has a sense of humor. And just as the picture says, need an arc? I know a guy. So we can have fun with everything in life, guys. And we can make money and we can take care of our families and we can do all of those things that we need to. For those who I didn't offend, okay. For those that are still here, I commend you. Let's rock. The one thing that should really make this a reality. If you catch what I'm about to say, it'll change your financial world forever. Your bank account will love you and you'll love your bank account. The strategy I've been talking about is what will, what will make an apartment building tycoon. This is what takes it. This is what it takes. This is what will make you that apartment building tycoon. It's using the power of the options and leases to become the super or the chief tenant of a building that is under or mismanaged. This is where the power comes in. Some people don't believe that people will allow you to manage or control their assets, but as experience has showed me, they will, especially if they know the secret words to say and the right questions to ask. The keys to the real estate kingdom. First of all, let me say this. These techniques have been proven and documented for years. I really need you to understand that this is not something I just picked up off the ground and said, let me try this out. I've been doing this and sharing these strategies with my close friends for about 15 years, and I've picked up strategies and secrets on how to control properties from my mentor, Mr. Alan Schwab. As I showed you earlier, is the original member of the Orlando Magic basketball team, and he passed a few years ago. And I owe him my life. I owe him my financial freedom. And I just thank God for bringing that man into my life. He was really an angel. So these strategies have even been used by Walt Disney to acquire the land in Disneyland. Donald Trump even used to secure and control the Empire State Building in New York City. So if you don't know the story about Walt Disney actually secretly control the land for years by putting them under what's called a real estate option, which allows you to control some property. It's a unilateral agreement, which means one person has to do something and another person, the buyer or the optionee, has the option to buy it, not the obligation. So it's a very strong contract that you can have. Now, applied knowledge is your key to success, guys. No magic beans or smoke screens. Once again, once you master this information, how to control small apartment buildings, the things that worry others won't worry you. Things like the economy, taxes, interest rate, the price of oil, who's the president. None of these things matter. When you have the right information and you take massive action on it, you will not be subject to the effects that other people are, and whatever the excuses are, you won't have to worry about that. Let's face it, winter always comes after the fall, guys. What do I mean by that? I mean trials, tribulation, things that will go wrong. Einstein's, the theory of relativity, says if something can go wrong, it will. So we have to prepare for that. And that winter coming after the fall, it's been doing that for over 6,500 years. But you got to remember this, that the rich get richer during times of crisis, disasters, and times of chaos. Think about it. Think. Today's housing markets fit into these scenarios. Just think. Do the housing markets fit into these scenarios? Do we have real estate crashes? Do we have things that are just going bonkers and bananas on us and people are freaking out? They're leaving. They're walking away from their properties. That's an opportunity. That's the winter, guys. But the fall was where nobody planned for this. And the bottom line is this. You're in the midst of opportunity. Massive, major opportunity if you act on it now. That's the God's honest truth with my misspelled honest there. All right. The apartment market is strong. Seriously, it's really, really strong. Our apartment market still isn't showing any foreseeable signs of slowing down or weakening. And another round of foreclosures starts to come around. And yep, it really, really is coming. The demand for these apartment buildings, they're going to continue to increase along with the rents, right? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do rents go up and down in a bad economy? I don't care if the value of a property goes down. The rents will never go down. They're still going to go up. So what are you going to do about this? Did you miss out on the last opportunity? Back 10 years ago, 20 years ago, did your parents tell you that something like this happened before? Did you have the right education? What has changed in the last year, 2 years, or 10 years for you? Well, data shows that the United States will add over 25 million 2.5 million apartment seekers between the ages of 21 and 35 over the next 3 to 5 years. You gotta be in a position, guys. So this is why it doesn't matter about your credit. This is why nothing can beat apartment buildings. This is an unbelievable opportunity for you and other savvy investors to thrive and accumulate unprecedented amounts of personal wealth by controlling small apartments that mom and pop owners want to get rid of. The data is the data. I've been told from teachers, professors, the numbers don't lie, right? Future data shows rents will continue to grow by at least 3.5 to 5% annually on a national level. And as this demand continues to grow, the apartment supply for new apartments, they're still sluggish, but they're going to continue to just creep. They can't keep up. The fortune is in the apartment building. So we're going to be in a position where there's going to be more people than apartments, and that's going to raise up the value again. And if you know anything about apartment buildings, the value is not determined by strictly an appraisal. The value is determined by the income. So as the rents go up and you learn to reduce the expenses, this is where the tycoons are made. Here's some data, just shows that apartment renewals hit a new high. And this is some information. Just says this digested from America's renters aren't moving much in the USA today by 9/16. And just more information about prices going up, apartment buildings being the place. So let's not waste our time on single family apartment building. Here's a good tip. It's not a waste of time because I believe every real estate investment company should have different divisions. So you'll always have your wholesale division. And for the guys who are looking for those houses, you have someone that's looking out for the houses to flip to those guys. And then you take that income that's coming in, that new revenue, into your company, and you put it into your marketing for apartment buildings. How does that sound? As each day passes, the market's going to get stronger. As vacancy rates go down, rents continue to soar to the heavens. But how can you take advantage of this golden opportunity? Will you walk through the door, or will you run away for permanent wealth? It's up to you guys. The choice has always been yours. I'm going to show you how to get there. The right time to become an apartment building tycoon is always right now. And this is just a quote that I love from one of my favorite people, Sir Richard Branson. I just want to share my all-time favorite quote with you. If someone offers an amazing opportunity and you're not sure that you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. For those of you who don't know who Sir Richard Branson is, he's the owner of the Virgin company, the Virgin Airlines brand, Virgin Music, billionaire, quite famously known. All right. If you don't know him, just go ahead and Google, and maybe Siri will tell you that. All right. So you're ready for the sweet meat, guys. This is what it's all about. The sweet meat. I'm going to show you how to blow this business out the water. If you allow me to lead you to the promised land, I'll show you how to stop wasting your time picking up pennies, and you'll discover how to attract the real players' money. Hopefully you want the real players' money. And you'll never, ever do it the old school way again unless you're flipping single family houses to other investors who are choking on your dust right now. Remember, you have to have a wholesale division to your company. If you don't, you're losing out on an income stream. And we're all about cash flow and income stream. So we have to market this business what we're in. From now on, you'll only control apartment buildings going forward. You'll never be in a position to lose your shirt again if you listen. If you listen, there's no need to lose your shirt. And it doesn't matter if you've never bought or sold or flipped or whatever you want to call it, an apartment building in your life. That's my promise to you. Real players do this on different levels. Real players don't take big risks, contrary to what you may believe. Super savvy investors, transaction engineers don't use their own money. If we do, it's only temporary. We just control everything. Buy nothing, control everything, right? Successful apartment building tycoons follow the 5 commandments of real estate investing. As an apartment building tycoon, you'll never risk your own money. Less sophisticated investigators will pay you to find them deals. Management fees, exit fees. There's so many fees that you can get as a syndicate director. You'll attract the really big dogs like the doctors, the athletes, the actors, the brokers, and other high net worth accredited investors. That's part of what you'll learn in the apartment building tycoon. You'll get the letters, you'll get the postcards, everything. Okay, Power positioning like a tycoon. Have you ever wondered how to get to a position to make the really big money in commercial real estate investing without taking huge risks? Have you bounced around following one guru after another only to find out their stuff doesn't work now? It only worked in the 1990s. Well, here's a realistic strategy. Controlling properties with a powerful option agreements and a lease that allows you to make big money without fighting against all of the new seminar recruits that are destroying the real estate game that we've built, right, guys? And if you are one of those newbies and you've been through that seminars, you know, but don't worry about it. I'm not talking about you because you have the real deal in front of you right now. No fluff, no magic beans, no smoke screens. Ladies and gents, I'm no different than you. I know you're tired of chasing your tail, trying to figure out the real way and the most profitable way to make money in real estate. You probably have people depending on you financially to succeed, right? As an entrepreneur, seriously, and let's get real serious now. When I got into this business, when I left on February 17th, 2006, it was one of the scariest moments of my life. But when I looked at my young son back then, I knew that I had to do this for him. I wanted to provide a better way. I knew that I wanted to provide for my family, my wife. People were dependent on me and they needed me to succeed just like they need you to succeed. And I believe that's why you're here right now on this webinar. Here's why most people never pay life big in this arena of commercial real estate. They never ever do it. You're afraid of losing money because you need to know it all right now. See, this is people won't pay for this lifestyle. They won't play life big. They're afraid to jump. They're afraid to take that risk, feeling of the unknown, right? You think you need to what I call like buku money, right? You think you need that, right? It doesn't take buku money to invest in commercial real estate investing. You're petrified of managing a 20-unit building. You think of everything that could go wrong. So you make your decision based off of where you are instead of where you want to go. Silly, silly you. Silly, silly me. I used to do the same thing. That's one of the things my billionaire mentor, Mr. Schwab, taught me. See, so you cannot make decisions based off of where you are. You have to make them for where you want to go. Because if you're basing them where you are and you've never been to where you want to go, you can't even see the map. You can't even see the trail that's been blazed by others. That's why it's important to have a mentor. Guys, all this stuff it's fear, ladies and gentlemen. That fear is there only because you don't have the proper education and experience, let alone a coach who can help you thrive. Did I hit that nail on the head right there? If so, I need you to really hear me now. I mean, really, really hear me now. Here's the God's honest truth. Savvy investors make buku money in multifamily and apartment buildings without assuming the responsibility of being a landlord. So I used to be a landlord and I get it. When I was a landlord, I was going through all types of hell, chasing tenants for rent, going back and forth to eviction court, making all of the doggone repairs from people who didn't care about staying in my house. If you decide to have me as your mentor, 99% of your fears will be eliminated right off the bat. You'll instantly know how to find motivated owners, work with commercial real estate brokers, negotiate deals, learn about net operating income. That's the NOI. That's the money that's left after the expenses. Letters of intent. You'll learn how to put out these LOIs, property classes, A, B, C, or D, cash on cash returns, and more. The 1% fear that will remain is all about you. That's all on you. That's just your subconscious mind telling you that, hey, we can't do this. We've never done this before. I don't see a file in here that says that we've had success with that, but don't pay attention to that because you don't have to kill fear. You just have to tame the cobra of fear. And maybe you need to write that down. You don't have to kill the fear to get started. You just have to tame the cobra of fear. You still won't believe this 100% that you can win in this space. And I know that because I was there at one time also, probably because you've never done it before. And that is really, really understandable. But you'll also discover how my hands-off secrets can make you crazy money from the always exploding commercial real estate market. Please don't get left behind. After all, I'm the best damn mentor on the planet. Let's look under the hood of this Bentley of real estate investing, shall we? I hope you're ready for my sweet meat strategy, as I so eloquently called it before. I mentioned earlier that there were 5 commandments that all savvy investors use to become apartment building tycoons, and here they are. Number one, we find a property that is going under, it's being mismanaged, pre-foreclosure, tired owner with no cash, or someone who just wants to retire. Number one, that you have to find a motivated owner. So many people tell you to look for motivated properties, but a motivated property is just something where it may need the repairs, or a distressed property is the better word, I would guess. We don't want to have a distressed property. We want a distressed owner who has a distressed property. We want to grab control. Number two, we want to grab control of the property before the we want to become that chief tenant, right? Or that super or that master lease person when we do a master lease agreement of the entire building. Now we're going to be responsible for collecting the rents and doing the repairs so that it makes you responsible for the management. Lucky you. But don't flip out on me, guys. Some of you burnt out landlords already are probably saying, oh, that's great. That's just what I need. But what we do is we increase the revenue, lower the expenses so that we can have a professional property management company coming in. We don't care about little Johnny's G.I. Joe getting flushed down the toilet or anything like that. All right. Number three, we're going to find a great property management company, right? I just said that, so that we don't get burned out, guys. That's how so many, myself included, if you could see me right now, my hand is up in the air. We can't have you become a motivated seller too. All right, we can't have that. So we're going to have that professional tenant. Number four, we're going to add instant value or revenue, and we're going to lower the expenses so that we can collect the spread, right? So we want to increase the rents, maybe do things like add Wi-Fi, workout stations, soda machines, laundry facility, covered parking or something like that, okay? And then at that point, we're going to, number five, legally lock in a future price. That's what that option agreement is. That's what Donald Trump used to secure the Empire State Building. It's what Walt Disney used. And it's what a lot of companies and entities are doing to purchase properties for development, for, anything. It's an option that we use. So we're going to get that option for as long as we can, 60 months or more, however long we can get that option. And this is how you're going to capture layaway equity, right? So we're going to get money on the front end from raising up the income. We're going to get money for lowering the expenses, and we're going to hold on to some equity that we'd be able to cash out in about 3 or 4 years, and then maybe in the sum of anywhere from $200,000, $250,000, or maybe $800,000 or $1 million. It's all possible with commercial real estate investing. All right. Now we're going to control. We're going to control this ownership, right? No money or no credit. Now, when you really think about this, now that I've given you the golden secret to that all savvy investors use, including myself, Walt Disney, and even our presidential nominee and billionaire businessman, Donald Trump, he has used these options for the Empire State Building deal and so many others. Now you're in control of your first apartment building, and you're on your way to becoming an apartment building tycoon. See, guys, what has to happen is you just have to have enough money coming in to make you financially free. How does that happen? Well, you have enough cash flow coming in every month that covers all of your expenses, and it's really easy to do that. Depending on how much money you have coming in, the least you have, the easier it is for financial freedom. The more you have, maybe you have to get higher units or maybe a couple of apartment buildings, but we can get you there if you just stick with this over the course of the next year. Here's the best part. You never have to use your own money or credit to start building your family's empire. Will money or credit be needed down the road? Yes. Will the down payment be needed? Sometimes, yes. I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to need any money, but what no down money means is it's not your money. That's where becoming a private banker, learning how to have a real estate syndicate and to attract investors that see the value of your deal, they'll pay you that deal, and even maybe you get a 50% management fee if you do it the way I show you. So apartment building tycoons have the option, not the obligation to buy, because it's a unilateral contract, and that means only one party is obligated to sell. And guess what? It's not you, guys. It's not you. Now, here's some cool exit strategies, because a lot of times people are wondering, well, what do I do once I get it? What if I can't flip it? What if I can't sell it? What if I can't raise the money? Well, the beautiful thing is, if for any reason you decide that you're not going to go through with this deal, you have a few different options that won't force you to lose your sweatsuit. All right. I'm a suit guy. You might be a sweatsuit person. All right. You can buy the property. You have 5 years or so to get your credit right or to raise money through other investors, which is not hard at all, guys. Trust me. Once you come in, that's one of the things that you'll learn. You can sell your option for 1% of or to 5% of the purchase price of the option. So let's just say you have a property that's worth $1 million. 10% would be 100,000. 1% would be $10,000. If it's 5%, it's $50,000. Just really depends on how good of a presentation you know how to make to these investors. And that's something else that will help you out with too, putting presentations out. Or you can decide not to exercise the option and just let it expire. Worst case scenario, that's probably not the wise choice since you've raised the rents and lowered the expenses, and you may very well have $100,000 plus of equity inside that you'd be walking away from. So I would not say to definitely do that. There's so many things that you can do. But if push came to shove and you had to, this is not a purchase contract. You can walk away with only your option consideration at loss. That's a good deal. I'll take that anytime. Remember, you did all of this without being a handyman, because I'm going to show you how to bring in property management or bring in other people to do this work. I don't want you picking up a hammer, swinging a hammer, thinking that you're Thor or anything like that. All right. So this is really the way that the savvy people do it. So before you walk away, which you won't, call me if you ever get stuck. That's really the main thing. If you get stuck and you find that you haven't done what it takes, but you don't wait till the last minute, call me in advance. 9 times out of 10, letting the option expire and walk away might not be the best option. You already found the perfect property management company to take care of everything for you for the last 5 years. You've built up equity. The lease proves you're an active manager in the deal. So you can actually refinance instead of purchasing the apartment building. That's huge, guys. I got to say it again. You can, when it's time for you to go to exercise that option on a property, instead of coming in as a new purchase, you coming in as a refinance. So you don't have to put down the money for a new purchase because you're an active manager in this property because of the lease agreement that we have you sign. It's been approved by our attorneys. All right, so that means there's no big down payment since it's a refinance, right? All right, so you're not going to let this entire operation go that's been pretty much hands off for you, are you? Of course not. You'd be a fool to do that because we've showed you how to build up equity. You've been getting cash flow for 5 years. Why would you walk away? The whole purpose of getting into this is to build a fortune for your family and become an apartment building tycoon, right? So you've actually reaped the benefits of instant equity, the spread. That's that monthly cash flow. Then the forced depreciation and equity. Boom, you're a tycoon. That's what this is all about. Everything over the negotiated NOI, which is the net operating income, is free and clear cheddar for the apartment building tycoon. All right. So at this point, I want to answer any questions. All questions, please, will come in now. You just put it right into that chat box. Okay. Can this be done in any city around the United States? Great question. Good question. Absolutely, this can be done anywhere that this goes on everywhere. It's been going on for centuries. You can lease a property. Now, when you're doing the lease side of this property, that's just like leasing anything. And the option agreement is something that will show you how to get the paperwork so that no one can go around you to do that. All right. How do I get the down payment for the lease option? Well, if you follow the rules that I'm going to show you, 9 times out of 10, you will not have to put down a down payment because you're going to be that master tenant, and tenants don't put down deposits, right? Not down payment. So we're talking about huge numbers like that. I've never had to put down a down payment. If I did, it was $1, $10, or $100. So I'm going to show you how to do those things as well. But that's a great question there. So what I want to do, guys, I just want to keep this moving along just for the sake of time. So what I'll do is I'll answer those questions in an email and in our private Facebook group for those of you guys who want to come on in. So I'm just going to keep this moving along. Now, what I basically want to do is just give you a recap of basically everything that's going on, what you'll get in this whole apartment building tycoon. And this is the condensed version because I know that your time is valuable and my time is valuable too. So what we do is after this, if you want to get more meat from this, we actually sign up and do a one-on-one discovery call, and then we find out if it's a good fit for you and if it's a good fit for me. So I'll give you the information after. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the apartment building tycoon course. It's going to include a Facebook group training. Now that apartment building tycoon course, I put a value on it of $1 million because just think of this. I show you how to get a property. And let's just say you put down $1,000 on it, or you put down nothing on it. And within 2 or 3 years, the equity that you've accumulated is 500 grand, which is not hard to do when you're talking about commercial real estate investing. So if you, with the knowledge that I give you, you can do that 2 times. That's $1 million right there. But if you don't stop, why would you stop? As you can see, you'd make way more money than that. So it's going to include also our private Facebook training group, which I believe that's priceless. And you're going to get the opportunity to team up with other investors, get access to private money, to ask you questions, and to really just be a part of a group that becomes like a band of brothers, just like my Marine Corps days. And you guys really stick together. There's going to be weekly training and Q&A calls on this as well. That's priceless as well. You're going to have one-on-one deal evaluation calls. That's going to be with me or one of my coaches, where we're actually going to set you up so we can look at the deal for you on your screen, tell you what our recommendation is. And if we need to come in and take over on the property, we'll do that, and we'll do a split with you on these deals. It's going to be a 13-module membership video training that's separate from the Facebook group, guys, really separate from that. And there's going to be 13 modules walking you through every single part of the process that we go along, from marketing to finding the deals to private money to, you know, whatever it is that you need to have. We're going to put that in there. And once you're in there, you get access to private financing, and we split 60-40 deals on your first 3 deals. All right. So when you just put all of these things together, honestly, just the deal evaluation, I would charge $1,000 an hour for my time on that. So in all honesty, it's priceless, right? Like, one deal can put you in a position where you're going to fire your boss and retire for life. I call it the fire and retire dance, or the cha-ching dance. You tell me, what is that worth to you? What is it worth to you to have a mentor that will actually help you close the deal, tell you what to say on the phone, and even pick up the phone and help you close deals with brokers and sellers? Guys, what is financial freedom worth to you? All right. So now we get to the point where everybody wants to know. I see the questions coming in. How much is it? How much is it? Got to go. How much is it? Okay. Here we go. For the webinar special, guys, this regularly will sell at $4,980. That's $4,980. That's going to be for the first 60 to 90 days or so. Once we have more proven testimonials, the price is going to go up to $10,000, and then it will probably settle off at $25,000. Now, when you think of it, for 25 grand, I'm actually going to put together a real estate investing Bible inside of this apartment building tycoon, where you can go in there and you can get all the information and access to doing probate deals, all the information and access to doing tax liens, tax deeds, excess proceeds, which is the money that comes back after a property is sold. I'm going to show you how to do lease options. I'm going to show you how to get land. Every facet of real estate investing is going to be put inside of this group that I put together for your real estate investing Bible. And this is going to be like getting 3 PhDs. So you'll have the information and the know-how how to close any deal that comes across your desk. Now, for today's webinar special, we're going to do that all. And if you get in now at this price, you'll be locked in and you'll never have to pay an extra penny, even though we're going to add in all of the other tools, and other people will be paying $4,980, $10,000, $15,000 as it continues to grow. Guys, people pay $25,000 for other courses from competitors out there, $50,000 just to learn one component, which may be wholesaling. We're going to show you everything under the sun, every trick, everything that Mr. Schwab has taught me as one of the most experienced and savvy apartment building investors that I've ever seen in my life. The gentleman has actually has 5 master's degrees was an engineer, actually a rocket scientist. So with that being said, if you don't know who he is, just Google Alan Schwab and you'll see what I'm talking about. So just to be able to be in the presence and to have the knowledge and to share on how to make unlimited amounts of money, to experience true financial freedom, I'm going to give it all away right now for only $1,997. So with that being said, this concludes tonight. I want to thank you for attending. And now at this point, you have 3 choices. Choice number 1, do nothing. Again, right? We have some people that are educated derelicts where all we do is we fill our mind with information to talk about over the water cooler. And this is just going to be another webinar full of information that you'll do nothing with. Again, right? Nothing will change in your life. And if you like where you are financially, that's great. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So with that being said, there are going to be people who are going to do nothing. Nice webinar. Thanks for the information. Peace. Right? And step 2, you're going to use this information. You can try to do it on your own without experience. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. It's a roll of the dice. But from my experience, you'll end up paying 1,000 times more in mistakes. You don't want to make those mistakes on the commercial side of real estate investing. That's all I can tell you. You don't want to make those mistakes. You have to get a mentor in this because everything is not what it seems, especially when you're evaluating pro formas that commercial real estate agents are going to send you, and they're going to make the deal look so sweet. But you need to be in a position where you can evaluate a deal in 2 minutes or less. That's what you'll learn here. Step number 3, you say, I'm ready for success. You apply for a free 30 to 45 minute breakthrough call with myself or one of my coaches. And if it's a great fit, we'll get started right away. That's going to be the smart person, the savvy person. Now, to go to that, I want you right now, if you're ready to make a move, I want you to go over to www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com/apply to book your appointment today. Once again, www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com/apply. And you're going to go there to book your appointment today. With that being said, I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to you being my next success story. And I look forward to helping you and your family succeed and experience financial freedom in the way that you want. And most importantly, I hope that I can watch you send in your video doing your fire and retire dance. That's all for now, folks. It was a pleasure serving you. Thank you.